has nothing to do with Arkosh.
10 seconds.
I mean,
remaining.
Arkosh may have come from the fact that he's not going to be casting
5
anymore.
seconds remaining.
But I don't know. Like, Kyle hasn't said anything about what he's doing now, so I'm not going to spoil that for him. But you feel free to ask him what he's up to. Maybe he'll tell you. So, yeah. I don't know. Like, I doubt Kyle would care if I said, but, you know.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Undying's turn to pick. Undying's
All
turn
right.
to pick.
Weaver.
Genius's
Draft
turn to pick.
time.
Admiral Kunkka.
Let's see, where is my Dota buff? I rely on Dota buff so much when it comes to drafting. Because I have a memory of a goldfish when it comes to previous drafts.
10 seconds
So,
remaining.
this time around, Bane is banned.
5 seconds remaining.
By evil geniuses. So, TSM were willing to take in the first phase both times. They're like, nope, you're not going to get that anymore. Beastmaster was banned by EG in game 2. And
Yo,
Quap was
I just want to
banned
say,
both. Yeah.
I hate to interrupt, but yo, Towel Bill is 100% right. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
The only one thing has been so consistent in bringing people away from gaming: the touch of a woman.
This man knows. This man knows, dude. I will 100% back that up.
Are we
Outside of
talking,
the occasional drug addict, like
yeah. Are we talking about Jack right now, or are we talking about girlfriends in Dota? Because I've heard both of those subjects thoroughly.
10 seconds remaining.
all the above, good sir. All the above.
5 seconds remaining.
Did you at least have a good warning before he bowed out? Yeah, I knew at the start of the season Kyle wasn't going to be casting. Okay, so EG doesn't ban the Queen of Pain, which they did both times. They get it first pick.
Undying's turn to ban.
Yes,
No more
they still do this
Snapfire.
Beastmaster ban, which
Yeah, what's with
I
that?
guess TSM beat it with them that one game, and they're kind of like they don't want to play this Beastmaster game with the Chen counter pick with that terrible draft. So it's probably something like EG just thinks it's their best hero versus them. They don't want to play versus it, but I don't think it's like terrifying here.
Yeah.
And they do get that
10
Quap.
seconds remaining.
So TSM rather play versus Quap than Puck. And I guess that says something about
Turn to ban.
Hobbit's Puck, which it is terrifying. But they get the Kunkka Weaver opener, which we saw Team Spirit play earlier today, and pretty robust opener in terms of skirmishing power, scale, Roshan, physical, team fight,
10 seconds
all the above.
remaining.
And you get this Quap Kunkka matchup, which I think Kunkka still does decent in.
Evil geniuses.
I mean, nothing's
turn
going to
to
do crazy
ban.
versus Quap, but Kunkka's all right.
You're just a consistent answer throughout the game. EG with the Ogre, which, I mean, it's just, I guess it's a Jarek's hero. I'm not sure how else to feel about it, though.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's a really good Weaver
5
answer.
seconds
I think this hero
remaining.
should have been picked up a bit more versus Weaver in general.
Well, just
If you
because
know how to
it's
play the
high
lane,
Turn to ban.
it just owns that hero.
Mm.
And it's good in the game. Like, Ogre's one of the few fives with a pretty long duration stun when the multi hits. It's like just instant single target stun. It's like him and Lion or something, right? Nobody wants to play Lion. Like, that's
10
disgusting.
seconds
So
remaining.
Ogre's pretty nice in that area. And obviously the
5
Bloodlust for Quap
seconds
is pretty good
remaining.
too. So there's already like some nice synergy in EG's opener as well as TSM's. I've liked most of the openers today. I don't think anybody's had anything too like weird or crazy. Maybe that Kunkka Nyx opener by Quincy was a little weird, but
But they're not in the grand finals. Maybe for a reason.
well, maybe that's why.
All right, good ban on the Spirit Breaker. Let's not let that one through again in the second phase. It's just, I mean, they even have a Kunkka, and they're like, no, not again. Nightfall actually looked pretty good on that. He's looked really good on Mars. He's looked really good on Spirit Breaker. His Broodmother was better the second time around that we saw it, for sure.
Yes.
And Broodmother is banned by EG. Didn't actually see that, so not a whole lot left in the Nightfall competent offlaner here.
There's Centaur.
Oh yeah,
Which they like Centaur Snapfire, so I would not be unsurprised. I would not be surprised to see them go Cent Snap here, or something like that. Some Snap +1.
yeah.
Snap is also pretty good versus Weaver. You can insta kill the bug or even kill the bug on someone else, which is underrated.
10 seconds.
And you're like a good follow-up stun. But TSM knows Moon is too good. Never ever gonna give you that shit on second pick. So they just snap it up. No pun intended.
Well played.
And it's pretty good here. Like Kunkka wants follow-up damage. We talked a little bit about when we saw this hero in the openers earlier. This hero needs damage follow-up from his supports to feel really good. Snap's one of the best. They go the Nightfall OD.
So I was thinking about the two ways to answer Kunkka Snapfire, right? Because it's a lot of control and like a lot of damage that comes in. It's like one, having a straight up save, Shadow Demon, I guess OD in this case, or having one of those like Wraith King type heroes that just doesn't give a fuck, like Lifestealer, I guess would be another example. So they're gonna go for the save route. And Wraith King was actually banned by TSM FTX.
Yeah, that's a decent ban. I think that's like EG's go-to in this second phase from first pick, Wraith King +1. There it is, Cap. I have been saying, where's this hero? And it's back.
But where is it going?
I think it's just carry Tiny. You get this Ogre Tiny combo.
Okay.
This was this was even starting to become an opener near the end of TI, where people were still playing carry Tiny.
5 seconds
Like
remaining.
the lane is insanely strong. You just max, like you go Bloodlust points. You use Bloodlust as carry Tiny, and he's an absolute monster. And obviously carry Tiny has been nerfed a little bit, so maybe it's not the same beast, but that's what I would be looking at. And they still have option of crit playing it because they have this OD Tiny lane that's like playable, you know.
Remaining.
Yeah.
So they're probably just holding the flex. They get to see the carry here. Now it's like, well, do you want carry Tiny versus this PA lineup? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I think it can be pretty good. You can go the Silver Edge build and just chunk them, your high armor target. But maybe they're not super bent on carry Tiny this patch, and so we'll see what they choose to do. It's a nice PA game. This is very much like a Team Spirit lineup right here. Kunkka to buff the EHP off the Rum, and then you get the Weaver minus armor for all these daggers and vision and all that. So it's a very nice like 3-hero package, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Plus Snapfire minus armor. Like there's a lot of minus armor coming out from TSM right now.
I haven't seen carry Tiny since I think at the start of the season China was still doing carry Tiny. I feel like I saw that a couple times.
Yeah, maybe. It did fall off because they like shadow nerfed it with the talent nerf that wasn't even supposed to exist. So
wait, what was that? I don't remember this.
like his tree talent was adding double the amount of damage it should have been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that got reverted. It hurt a little bit, and things just come and go. Like I think people were figuring out carry Tiny a bit too, so just naturally fell off. But
5 seconds remaining.
Hero's still good. Like it's not. I don't think it's Hero. Some like never pick Hero.
Undying's turn
Well, I'm gonna say I believe it's support Tiny. That's my gut.
I would maybe lean towards that as well. Yeah, I think it's more likely to support Tiny than they take another Artor hero here, but the question of what that is, they might try and take the Morphling themselves, or just go for like a Dusa, get the team fight control to back up this OD co-op who are kind of squishy, and then 3 ranged Bloodlust damage dealer seems pretty good.
geniuses turn to pick.
I could see something in that category. TSM just kind of wants some...
Undying's turn to pick.
Oh, they want... Oh, there's Terrorblade. Yeah, that's... I forgot about that hero, but he's one of the better PA answers. Super high armor, can always pretty much sunder this hero. And they banned the Darkseer, so
10 seconds remaining.
got him.
All right.
5
So,
seconds
what are the
remaining.
TB answers out of offlane? You could try Timbersaw, but you're against OD Quap. That sounds bad.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
Zeus. Offlane Zeus. Let's go.
And they kind of don't want to double ranged it up, but there are like Vipers and stuff. There's Enigma, but they have an OD save. What else does Saberlight play? Brewmaster
Oh, yeah.
might be up there. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
an
yeah.
interesting brew game because as long as he gets his ult off, his ult looks pretty strong here. Like you can toss the TB or OD and dispels illusions, and like it lets your PA and Kunkka kind of go in. Not sure what else Saberlight's looking at that would be really good here, but there's Magnus as well. They go Sand King.
Choose your hero.
Not a hero we see a lot, but it's going to make a comeback in Game 3 here.
Okay. I mean, hey, the Blink Jump is good against the OD and Quap. And I always like magic damage. Like, you know, just any source of magic damage against TB is really nice. So, it's just the lanes, man. I think I've watched this specific lane, TB versus Sand King, go really poorly for the Sand King before.
Yes, I believe any lane can go very poorly for Sand King, to be honest. Like, this hero is a sack of garbage for, like, the first 5 minutes. He is absolute trash. One of the worst laners in the game, probably.
10 seconds
Like, your
remaining.
best hope is to do some lane shenanigans or Sandstorm, and they don't have
5
detection or some weird
seconds
shit like this.
remaining.
But honestly, if the enemy plays almost any dueling well, they're going to win the first 3 to 4 minutes versus hero. The games where he does go even and, like, can play the lane, he can be a monster of a hero. So we'll see what happens on that lane. He does have Weaver, who's pretty strong, but Ogre Terrorblade that is a strong ass lane. Like, if they just run at him with Orb of Venom, Ignite, Meta level 1, he almost dies. It's there's not much you can do. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
All right, the rest of TSM's lineup, I'm pretty down with. Them getting the PA counterpicked by TB sucks, but I was like, okay, this is still fine. It's still doable. But this Sand King makes me really worried. I actually did not like EG's lineup until this last pick, Sand King. That's how pessimistic I am about Sand King having a good time. But let's see what Saberlight is able to pull off.
I mean, I feel like there is something a little weird about this OD Tiny. Looks a little weird to me. Like, I'm not convinced that this 4 Tiny is going to do work. If anyone can do work with it, it's probably crit, but it's a little sus, you know. We haven't seen a lot of support Tiny for a reason, but might be able to get something done. I don't know. I think I like TSM's lineup a little bit more. Outside of this Terrorblade, I think Terrorblade does a pretty decent game here. Especially with Bloodlust and the Astral Save behind him.
So our Tiny is gonna... He went boots. He did not go Ring of Protection, so he is going to go into negative armor whenever Tomato looks at him, which is kind of scary. Is there I would almost kind of like to see like some sort of tri-lane to start or something. I feel like OD really wants to be able to lane TSM.
I mean, I don't think you can let Sand King in a 1v2.
Yeah, that's probably true.
What the fuck is that? Oh, it's this motherfucker come
What's
to
up, brother?
fuck some shit in the twilight hour here after he's been eliminated.
That's right. Sometimes you you get kicked in the balls, and you just want to watch the two other people kick each other in the balls.
Condolences, Jack. I was a little bit surprised you were down to come on after today, but I guess you did say you weren't gonna do it for any of the Quincy Crew games. So
yeah, it's just I mean, obviously we lost. There's some talks, there's some walks, and then just trying to take the mind off things, I guess. Let things settle down.
That's fair.
But yeah, I missed the last 2 games. It looks like we have a series.
Yeah, I mean they're playing better games than the ones we saw earlier. So
okay, all right, Avery, get them. I'm gonna be listening to this the whole time, aren't I?
no, that's it. That's the only hit I'm gonna give you. Then.
You and 4 Zoomers seem to have made EG a progressively better team. Let's put it that way.
I mean, they look pretty good in practice leading up to this, so I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they've been on a pretty good trajectory. I think I'm pretty happy with how we played in that game 3, given how things started. I think we gave ourselves a chance, and it wasn't easy. So, they're pretty good. I feel like there's almost like this not to insult these greats or anything. There's almost this like sort of Foreman Ali Frazier thing going on right now in North America. Like if you so basically like Ali always beat like Frazier or whatever, and then like I think Foreman
down goes Frazier.
Ali. Yeah, something like that. There's some like triumvirate thing going on where like one guy always like destroyed the other one in like a circle. So I think like TSM's done pretty well against EG lately. We do decently against. I mean, I guess we lost, but we do decently against TSM. But I don't know. I feel like there's this weird like triangle going on.
The battle begins.
Old claim from the manager himself, but Jack has more insight than us, so I trust your judgment.
I don't know.
Historically, you were right. Unfortunately, this tournament didn't work out, but I assume scrims back that up as well.
I mean, some of it. We knew EG was looking a lot better coming into this.
Did you see any tiny OD from EG before? Because this is kind of a weird one. I don't know how to feel about this.
I think that's the Dota people, just you guys.
I see.
It's definitely awkward. I will say, I rarely feel like I've seen a lane where both heroes come to lane with 0 regen. This cannot be that good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna fairy stuff out, but like, PA and Weaver, no regen, no sticks, no rings, no Sobi masks. Just like, maybe it'll pay off.
All stats all the time.
And we're already seeing Sand King get his something opened up.
Yeah, his ass is definitely getting handled. It's not going so well. Tubu's pretty low too. I mean, what do you do about an ogre that just walks up to you and at any point in time you can get reflectioned and meta'd?
Nothing. That's why I picked this hero for like half my career. It's fucking easy. Jack will attest to that.
That's right, bro. When you get those multicast fire or ignites from fog, I guess it is. I don't know if you guys would even agree with this or if you noticed it, but I feel like EG has been a lot more willing to pick Artur's hero as not the win condition. I mean, just a general observation. I feel there are a couple games where he was like, at least in the like previous series, where he was like maybe behind the 8-ball a little bit, or he wasn't like this like, like take over the game or like get the favorable last pick matchup type of hero. I don't know if you'd agree with that, Avery.
That's gonna be first blood. Saberlight. Oh, not quite. But Jarek's one hit and he gets it. First blood goes to the 5.
And it's on Sand King. Wah, wah. Play the sad noise. I mean, going back to Artur, I mean, maybe a little, but I don't think Artur will ever really play like that anymore. So it kind of doesn't matter. Like, even if you give him a hero that's not like that, he's gonna play like that anyway. I think it's more just like they have 3 carries on this team, so how do you like who's actually going to carry the game.
Something's
You know, when
gonna
you're-
budge.
Yeah, when your offlaner is like always highest net worth and takes all your Aegises and last hits every kill, who's the carry? That's the question. So maybe Artor feels like maybe he should steal a couple last hits on kills, you know? Get back in there.
That's fair.
I'm pretty sure this lane is an unplayable lane. I don't know. Snap Sand King versus Ogre Terrorblade. It's getting destroyed, dude.
I mean, it's even more unplayable when they keep on missing their like cookie burrow strike combos. I've seen a couple of those so far. That's been kind of awkward.
Yeah, I also feel like this is not the lane for Little Shredder. I feel like people overvalue this Little Shredder spell. Number one, Sand King is not the hero to be getting big right clicks in off a Shredder proc.
Yeah.
And number two, you're Little Shreddering, Blight Stoning 8.5 armor Ogre and 10 armor Terrorblade. Like, this cannot be a lane for it. Whereas the nuke is pretty effective versus TV. Like, maybe they kill him some point later or something, but...
Yeah,
I don't
like
know,
level 3, that sounds like a really powerful time for Sand King Snapfire if they max out their nukes.
Yeah, I think it is. You can fuck this TB up or force a lot of regen, because none of them are really buying much regen now.
Yeah.
Yo, I'll be right back. I gotta go talk.
Your admiral is on board.
Yeah, you have a fucking talk. Figure your shit out. That's what you need to be doing.
Bryle 21-1 right now in the mid lane compared to the Abed 24-8. So not surprising that Quap doing well, but as you said, Kunkka does better than most heroes. So doing all right.
Yeah, and somehow this PA is the top network with like that 0 regen buy.
He's going on to Nightfall. They are going to go for an immediate TP out, so he will survive, but Crit's going to be forced out of lane, so that's not a terribly good sign, an abandoned lane.
Yeah, I mean, TSM's... I think they're winning this lane phase, because Sand King has kind of caught up a bit. He got to his ring, and he might die here, but... Yes, stick, impale... Or burrow strike, sorry.
4 seconds. Arteezy's fast enough to be able to catch up. Oh, another sandstorm. They don't have any more detection left.
I don't know if this is that good for him, but it's better not to die. And again, Sand King's job is... Like, he's not looking to destroy this TV or anything. He's just looking to waste his time and get levels, so... This kind of stuff is really good for him.
Big play. Didn't quite see all of it, but Bryle did manage to... Looks like he got off boat, and the combo of nukes from Evil Geniuses didn't do enough as a result. So they've used Sonic Wave, and Crit, who got kicked out of top, showed up mid, but didn't get anything for it.
Yeah, this Crit Tiny is all about the mid-roam, and he's going here again. Abed's kind of low mana, but
Your admiral is on board.
he's giving him the runaround.
Yeah.
Dead?
Toss
Got
up in the
fairy
air.
fire.
Moonmeander's going to join him. Abed's going to get a little bit low here, but not low enough to get the counter kill, looks like. He tried to X to make sure that Moon could get it. Not good enough. Shikuchi's forward, trying to get the illusion root before Abed. Abed picks it up in the bottle, or refill. Very critical one.
Yeah, so this is the power of Crit Tiny. What does he do for his mid laner? This off lane is who gives a crap, you know? Like, Tiny's not about his off laner, Tiny's about his mid laner. And he's swinging it a decent amount here, because this lane was not going that well for Abed, but... Big kill, big rune, and now he's up to level 4 on Tiny with full Tranquil Boots on his way to Soul Ring. He's having a decent early game. Though Nightfall, I don't know if I can say the same.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Tiny doesn't give a crap about his offlaner, but is OD an offlaner you can not give a crap about?
I mean, not really. Not in this kind of lane, because the kill threat's so high. If he could just sit here with his ring and, like, it was some chip lane or some, like, Medusa or something, right? He'd probably be chilling. But in a PA Snapfire with a Weaver Roam, like, the kill threat's too high, so there's that trade-off. And he's the lowest net worth core. He's, like, walking the lane, doesn't even want to TP. Just not worth it at this point. But this is not that other OD game we saw from him where he, like, destroyed his lane to his highest net worth and just 1v5.
Yeah, yeah.
This is very different. So we'll see if he can make a little comeback here, and still a ways off from Hammer, so he's still punishable. PA's almost level 7. God damn.
Yeah, it is pretty scary.
This is not the carry you want to give like early kills or this much net worth lead to.
No.
Step lively.
PA is supposed to be kind of slow, and then she gets a battle fury, and then, you know,
Yeah.
then it starts getting
Radiant's middle tower is under
getting
attack.
kind of scary out there. Jarex does secure an arcane rune for Abed, so they are really doing a good job of making sure Abed is well protected between the tiny roaming over and the power runes being secured.
I feel like TSM's getting away with a lot more than they should in this laning phase, but it's also to say they played some of it pretty well, and EG maybe the strain of so many games in one day is starting to wear a little bit on them, you know?
Bottom tower
Yeah,
is
could
under
be,
attack.
could be.
Not as crisp as at 1 p.m. here.
Or maybe OD Tiny not looking as comfortable, you know?
It's also a possibility.
Yeah.
Crit might just go down to this next Sakuchi.
Yeah, Tomato's going to be chased down. Oh, a toss forward that puts Jarex on top of the PA, guaranteeing the stun, which will follow up Sonic Wave. Yes, crit dies, and a heavy rotation by EG to be sure, but they do manage to get at least one big kill out of it. Bryle pulling back Jarex, so it looks like they are going to be get a little bit of recompense for it, but Bryle's actually in a bit of trouble here. They're going to try and blow up Jarex. TB out by Bryle. Abed does not have a Sonic Wave. Oh, no way! The last
Wow.
hit got him?
That's crazy, actually. That was like max
Radiant's
damage
bottom tower is under
in
attack.
terms of what it took to kill him there.
Yeah, seriously.
Damn. The thing is, all this going on, Saberlight's kind of free roaming. He's epicenter, threatening the epicenter here. Like, this is the kind of game Sand likes in a way, because he's not having to interact with heroes this early. So he's kind of happy.
Dire's top
Like, this is a
tower
slow
is under
hero.
attack.
Just if he can pull to the big camp and farm like, you know, 1 or 2 neutral camps plus the wave, that's when this hero is a beast. Kind of like Axe, but Axe can fight the lane to get it for himself, whereas Sand King kind of can't.
Yeah.
So we talked about EG. They kind of leave their safe lane pretty early. That helps a hero like Sand King a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. That like TB is always kind of known as a hero that like, okay, if the lane goes wrong, whatever, I could just fuck off and go jungle at like level 4 or some shit. But
Yeah.
does that mean you should always fuck off and go jungle like
No.
he's doing now?
Structures are
So
fortified.
this is a very debatable point as to like when carry should leave and when they should stay. And most carry players
Under attack.
rarely want to stay because it feels risky and it feels like you're going to get ganked and die, or like you're not going to farm as much. And I think it's a very contentious debate as to when exactly this is supposed to happen.
Has fallen.
But in general, I think if you have the lane advantage and you're strong, you should try and stay here longer than a lot of players do. Just because you don't actually end up losing that much farm overall, and the ability to continuously punish this offlaner tends to be more valuable.
Yeah.
As long as you're not overextending and dying to rotations, right? And a lot of times, that's the part of it that's hard for carries to keep in mind. Like, what is this mid laner doing, and is he going to kill me if I play up? But in general, I feel like EG has left their safe lane a little too early in most of the games. Like, this game, kind of debatable, but some of those other games, like, we saw that game, if you remember the one versus Kezu Viper, where they
Yes.
tri-laned,
Yes.
and they just left him there. And he goes from, like, level 3 to 6, and then he's higher level than Artur and kills him. Like, that's an example of, like, I don't think you can just leave a lane like that. So, Saberlight's at the tier 2 right now. Like, he just got left alone, where I don't think they necessarily should have, so...
I'm not sure if you saw it, but Artur threw one of his illusions down to bottom lane, and he like grouped the creep wave up basically to trying to like
he
delay
dragged
the
it.
push, I guess.
Is under attack.
That was nice. I mean, Artur's one of the best, like, random illusion users,
Yeah.
so... Good to see him. I mean, these things are always trade-offs. Like, the trade-off was they sent the co-op top twice to kill the PA, right?
Yeah.
Which was pretty nice, because this PA was having a super good game. And she's still having a really good game, but
Radiant's middle
she might have
tower
just been,
is
like,
under
way
attack.
too far ahead if they didn't do that. But this Sand King he's a Dota hero.
Dire's top tower
Like, he's
is
gonna have a
under
game this
attack.
game, and it's TSM making this mid tier 1 early move instead of EG.
Saberlight in a little cubby hole here, which could allow him to get off a really good epicenter burrow strike without a blink dagger, which he's still 1,000 gold away from. But he's trying to use his strength to help take that mid tower, and looks like it may end up falling. Evil Genius is going to cut over now. They're going to go for the epicenter combination onto Abed, saved by the imprisonment though. All of the damage negated by that. So now Saberlight and Bryle, a little bit out of juice here. Going to have to try and retreat. Jerix barreling forward, looking for the kill on Dubu. Gets the multicast to ensure it.
What a beast. He also went 1-for-1, which is like the max damage ogre build.
Yeah.
We saw like Puppy doing this a bit. It's also gonna help him farm later. So it's kind of like the, you know, playing for the mid-late game type of ogre build instead of maxing stun, which is more early game oriented.
Right.
The SVG over, that's for sure.
I mean, damn straight it's not. I usually fucking max stun on this hero because that shit's busted.
Even now, after the... Because now Ignite does so much more damage, right?
Yeah, I still usually go for like 4-2-0 or 4-1-1 or something.
Okay.
Because I usually pick Ogre and play him for like these early game rotations and stuff, which are harder to do nowadays, but I feel like the extra stun damage and the reduced cooldown is just more impactful than like extra Ignite damage. Like, I'm not really picking Ogre to deal extra damage, I'm picking him to stun a dude, get the multi, and burst him down. That's how I think about it.
I guess we're just thinking, because I think of Ogre, like, when I pick Ogre, I'm thinking I want to dominate the lane and, like, ruin the offlaner's life as much as possible.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to go, like, 2-2-0 to do that, right?
Right, yeah.
And then from there, I think you decide. But the Bloodlust point can be nice for some carries. Like, you play a lane with Carry Tiny, I think you can go Bloodlust points. Terrorblade kind of is okay with it, but I still think nukes are better for the early game if you really want to just focus early game. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Ultimately, TB is going to be able to, like, jungle farm, right? So the Bloodlust is only going to add so much.
Yeah, like, the early game, this Bloodlust skill doesn't add a huge amount.
Yeah.
It's more of a later game skill. Like, people overrate. You're going to get your TB, like, 200 more gold or something. It's like, whatever, right? If you had another skill point that did more damage and you get any kill in any fight, it's probably better than this random Bloodlust that you have to use mana on, too. Spell's not cheap.
Here comes Jerix. Solo smoked up, throws down a ward, and did not get spotted, I believe, because it was nighttime.
Yep. Should have picked Bane.
True. Superior nighttime vision. It's important. Jerix really likes doubling up these ward spots. It's super interesting.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's like, the D ward on this triangle is almost guaranteed nowadays.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, maybe it's a mind game thing. If they find one, then they're like, all right, we got the triangle ward, and they're not going to check the other.
Yeah,
do you
whenever
ever
I
think that
find
somebody's
one
got two
ward,
on the face?
yeah, exactly. I never will look for another one if I find one in an area.
I mean, now I will, because I've seen this guy do it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty high risk, to be honest. Like, it's a lot of your vision on one area of the map that you might not even be able to use that well. I mean, they're doing it for this PA because they want to be able to pressure her, but there's other stuff going on in the game, you know? Like, it's not always guaranteed they'll be able to go here, and then it's a huge amount of your vision committal for the next 5 minutes to a very specific location of the map.
Yeah.
PA is not even there. Like, she can farm other stuff, too.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Thinking about that epicenter, they finish off the tower. No real defense from EG, so Saberlight doesn't find the opportunity to get the jump. Don't think we've seen him go for his Blink Dagger initiation yet. Alright, here they come. EG
TSM
in full
has
force
vision.
into the triangle.
They have this ward on their own triangle, so they saw EG go in here.
Yeah.
EG thinks they have the vision, but it might be the other way around. Oh, they see Tomato.
Radiant's top tower.
Try
is
and jump
under
inside the river, but they're going to be able to go for Tomato. Tomato needs to jump out before the meteor lands. He couldn't get it. They do have the bow coming in onto Arteezy with some of the damage from the Mortimer's Kisses. He's low on mana, though. They might be able to burst him down with the epicenter. They certainly have him. Abed's up next. Abed gets bursted down as well. Saberlight's
Nice
first
cookie.
Blink epicenter looks very nice. Nightfall, though, does manage to clean up some kills on the side, or rather Jerix with the double kill.
Jerax double. This man's a beast. He's gonna scale like a monster this game.
Absolutely.
Midas carry ogre here, probably. Is that the
I would go Midas, dude. I wouldn't even have Arcane or this stupid Void Stone. I would have Midas right now. I'd be level 10.5. I'd be like, yo, boys, hop in my backpack. Time to go.
Ooh, imprisoned right before he could get off the Burrow Strike. So, but he has a raindrop.
Raindrop.
Ooh, the raindrop survives. He's got to blink before the toss. Oh no, he didn't blink.
Saber lights.
The devil
Used to
pay.
playing on ping. Delayed himself. What can you do?
Oh no.
Step lively now.
What would you buy on Ogre, Jack? Probably buy Veil.
No,
Like a little bitch.
no, Midas all the way, bro.
Midas. You would buy Midas and it'd be terrible. You'd buy it in the wrong game. That's what I feel like would go down.
There is no wrong game for Midas, bro. You can't.
That's true. You redeemed yourself. Good answer.
Ah, the BSJ philosophy. Yes. There's no wrong game for a Midas.
Is that the VSJ philosophy? I had no idea.
It's a recent meme, let's say.
I see.
You don't remember that Ricky Midas game?
Oh god.
No, Midas it out.
Yes. There was a talk after that.
Dire's bottom tower.
Right.
I bet there was.
Our TZ feels just as bad as you do. Do you see him go hand to Midas?
Arteezy's had his own share of Midas games, but this is not anymore.
Yeah.
Talked about the minus armor from TSM. Straight into that Roche pit they go.
Yeah, they
Are scanning.
I guess they kind of sneak it. I mean, evil geniuses know, but they're not in the right position to do anything about it.
They do have the tiny blink, so like they're kind of online in terms of wanting to get these skirmishes. Queen finished her item. She did this level 1 Sonic Wave build, which is kind of interesting, just to get the lower mana cost.
Yeah.
But EG kind of wants to fight right now. Just
Clear sailing now.
who do you jump and how do you take it? It's Kunkka's 2,500 HP.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Definitely not him. And it's not like Nightfall. I feel like Nightfall, Blink Dagger, Meteor Hammer, like he's got a... There's no way he's starting a fight with that. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon?
And toss back here.
Yeah, toss back. Ew,
Where'd he go?
the X. He pulled himself back in.
Oh, he still had it. That looked funny, but
It was a BKB anyway, right?
sure. He probably would have to BKB, but then you get the BKB force. And they can do it again.
Try it again, but this time
Nice burrow.
Saberlight's ready. Blink Burrow before Crick could get the toss back, and there he goes. That was actually why I was kind of thinking Nightfall wouldn't start fights. I'd be terrified of getting Blink Burrowed.
Yeah. They're just gonna kill this ogre. Who
Oh, get
doesn't
more?
get punished.
No.
Radiant
He's
BKB.
got a
is under
BKB, yeah.
attack.
EG's getting... They're getting hurted here a little bit, though. You know, the dogs have come to push the sheep into the corner.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It's Aegis. How much value can you get out of this if you can get PA to or BKB plus almost another item? TSM's got to feel pretty good because PA is... He's untouchable in this game outside of Arteezy being able to man-fight her. And I feel like Arteezy's gameplay in terms of the fights is harder than the PA's right now. They're just going to run uphill.
Okay, BKB immediately activated by Bryle. This is looking like a really nice fight for them as they've
Nightfall?
caught the OD. He's dead. Sonic Wave goes out. Doesn't really hit too much, or at least doesn't do enough damage to really threaten TSM, as they're all very healthy.
That's a bizarre kind of fight. Like, you're just going up this hill. They have to know they're up here and it's awarded. Maybe they just feel like they have to get something going because they're getting out-farmed, but I don't know if that's the angle or the type of fight they want to take.
Yeah.
It's hard for Artur to just commit in like that when there's a huge boat. I think like 4 or 5 heroes were all rummed. That's a lot of HP to break
Radiant's
through.
courier has
Yeah,
been
seriously.
killed.
And heroes that are already
Radiant's top
tanky.
tower
The TB versus PA matchup, there's another side to the coin, right? Because TB has a hard time. He can man-fight PA, but he has a hard time threatening the PA if she's just going on other heroes, right?
Yes. Which is generally like I almost feel like this matchup isn't that bad super late if the PA's having a really good game like we see here. Like, I don't think he really cares about TV in a game like this. As long as he has help staying alive. It's really only if, like... And this TB also has to get to MKB. That's the other big thing about this matchup. And we see our Tor going MKB next. But the downside of this having to go MKB early on this hero is you sacrifice your next stat item like Scotty, which is what it is most of the time. Which leaves you pretty vulnerable to the magic damage once your BKB's out. And there's a lot of magic damage in this game. Sand King, Snapfire, random Kunkka torrents, like the Weaver bugs on you, there's a Vessel. So he gets the MKB to fight the PA, but if he can't just sit there and wail on her during the BKB, he's gonna get destroyed.
Self-imprisonment into a blink, but couldn't get the blink right away, and TSM will recommit now. Okay, Tomato almost lost his Aegis, but even if he did, he doesn't care. It's only 50 seconds left.
Yeah, this OD is not having the impact we saw in the other Nightfall OD game. Tell you that much.
Yeah.
Kind of been night and day. It feels like just from the start.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyways, night and day with Nightfall. I was gonna make it.
Yeah, is this Dayfall? The other OD game was Nightfall. This is Dayfall.
Yeah,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Last 15 seconds for the Aegis. Time to force this tier 2, and then they can get the outpost. Moonmeander playing the other side of the map, because that's what Weaver can do, and he's actually getting a lot of farm. He's going to have a pretty fast Aghanim Scepter at this rate.
Yeah. Feels like Moon always gets farm. Maybe he's just a greedy motherfucker. You know?
Yeah, I mean, this game, Tomato and Bryle have both been, like, I would say, very active.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
I mean, Tomato got a bunch of his kills stolen, but he has, 9 assists, which is a good chunk of their kills, so fairly involved for this Phantom Assassin, which is, I think, how this hero should be played. I think you want to have game flow with this hero in terms of her being able to join fights and piggyback off of them and abuse the daggers, abuse, like, being able to choose when you go in, and that's where this hero shines.
Haste.
That's also why this Kunkka PA is so good. Like, we've seen Teen Spirit run this combo, and Yatoro's one of the original PA spammers. Like, they really like this PA Kunkka combo, I think, just because Kunkka helps you go in, obviously, with the boat run directly, but he indirectly just runs in and gives vision and sets stuff up. And he's giving PA the option to choose who she wants to go on and when. Because Kunkka's not going to get bursted that fast in most games.
Yeah. Torres snuck his way into the triangle.
He has. Trying to get to that MKB. But I don't know if it's going to do enough. It's looking iffy.
Yeah,
Dude, just flexing on some trees here with more of them.
He's gonna go Scotty next, so even when you get that MKB, he's actually gonna have, like, I don't know, somewhere close to 3,000 HP when he completes Scotty.
If he can get the Scotty, game might end before then.
That's true.
But yeah, both carries looking at it.
Well, they found him. Tor's been spotted.
BKB
The BKB TP's out, no problem, but...
Tomato does have a basher, so... Gotta think about that a little bit. Saberlight's going in.
Saberlight, he went left, Nightfall went right, and he's gonna be able to blink away to the trees TP out. Oh, hey, a neutral item.
Dog getting found, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was... Was that their neutral item? It wasn't. Oh, no, I think Jarek's dropped the neutral item from, like, an Ignite or something. It jumped out, and Weaver grabbed it.
And that's why you don't max a spell. Told you from the start of the game, you know?
Of course.
You should
That's
have
why you
Midas
go.
amateur mistakes.
Yeah,
That's true. You could have triple Midas the camp and then got it instantly.
Takes away from his carry's farm, but that's fine because he's the carry. Just take things from your ogre playbook here, Avery.
When did I ever take anything away from my carry? Looking at the most sacrificial 5-player of
What
all
are you talking
time.
about? You've taken every single one of Yaour's kills whenever possible. What
I
do
mean,
you
that's people overrate that shit. To be honest, let's be real. Like,
mean?
the support benefits from the kill way more than a carry in terms of gold impact.
True.
Unless you're getting to an item in the early game. The early game ones I can understand. These like mid to late game ones, like, stop whining. You know, there's just
I get to the Midas. Take those kills. Get some Midas.
exactly. It changes my hero. It literally changes the hero. What does 200 gold do for Terrorblade who's 20k now?
Oh, crit blinks before he can get jumped on by the PA. Gets the toss back onto Brile. Brile, he's going to be perfectly fine, but it is going to be a BKB used. Abed trying to pursue. Slowing down Saberlight. They've got plenty of ways to get out, I think. But EG trying to push
Wasted
that
meta.
timing with the MKB.
Yeah, that's their meta. That's their first MKB meta that they really wanted to get good use out of. And TSM might still fight them here. They have a DD on Phantom Assassin.
Here comes the DD with the epicenter coming in. They're going to try and blow him up, but the imprisonment is there. But on the second life, he's going to get torrented potentially. BKB goes out. Now looks for a Sunder opportunity. Oh my god, the crit! He needs to get off the Sunder. Brile! He finally catches up to him, gets it off Tomato. Now turns around. No more BKB though. The imprisonment goes down for a second. The PA gets blown up. Comes back with the imprisonment now.
missed the cookie.
RTZ trying to run. The cookie was off the mark. Dubu in the hectic chaos of that team fight mistimes the imprisonment comeback. And they almost missed out on the kill on RTZ as a result.
God damn, I mean, these Astrals are really annoying for TSM. And it almost makes me think they should be proactively thinking about them a bit more and like kind of baiting out the Astral and then committing on other people or something. But it's just hard. And this PA is strong, but there's a lot of magic damage when her BKB's out too, so she's kind of in the same position as Terrorblade.
Damn, look at Nightfall just YOLO blinking over this vision to try and catch somebody here to make sure TSM cannot
Lotus
interrupt
Orb.
a Roshan attempt. Lotus Orb.
No detection.
Yeah. They can't rely on, I mean, did they even dust?
I don't think they had one.
This Lotus
Oh, I
Orb
see,
is...
like, it-
Yeah, I mean, this Lotus Orb is really nice this game. You look at EG's heroes, it reflects something from all 5 of their heroes.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare that's the case, but also helps PA commit post BKB. She doesn't have to worry about Sunder. This type of deal. She's showing mid.
Yeah, they know she's here.
Ag's completed on Moon as well. We'll see how easy it is for him to use it.
It breaks. Tomato doesn't get
They're getting a
tossed
good
back.
wrap here.
They are. Vision
Abed
does spot
blinked.
them, but they're going to be able to grab Abed here. Abed in some trouble. Chainstun? No, the BKB comes through just before the boat, and it's Saberlight who dies instead.
Tomato wasn't there. That's the
No.
thing. Still off to the right, so there's no damage on that. But
Now EG might be able to get this Roshan. They're going to smoke up, and the rest of the team's going to move forward. They going to dare to jump through this high ground again. TSM has the vision. Nightfall. He's up there on that high ground. They're going to be able to get the toss back. Chain stun onto Brile. Brile's dead. Moon
Melted.
Meander unable to get anything off there. He had the Ags, but couldn't save Brile, it seems.
This is the downside of Weaver Ags. People, they're like, oh, why don't you just automatically buy this item every game? Because this item is hard to use in competitive building. Like, people are aware of it. They'll stun you in the back. They'll get caught in some stupid avalanche. Like, your dude's too far. It is a very low range spell, and it's not that easy to use. So you kind of see it there. Like, it's not an automatic get out of jail free card. EG on the back of this Arteezy Terrorblade,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
putting in some work. His signature hero by now, I would believe.
Dire's
Yeah.
structures are fortified.
and that triangle fight was huge. I think I don't know what the comms were like there, but I think if Tomato's there, it ends up being entirely different, right? Because they get the pick off at the start and probably secure Roche. Instead, he's not there.
Has fallen.
Yeah, but it's like, he doesn't want to be there because it's just an awkward fight to commit to. Like, let's say he commits it and this Quap has buyback, they get destroyed there, I think. it's very hard. You're also committing an enemy triangle off like one ob. I mean, I understand I tend to agree, like, you either need everybody there or you don't do it, but I can also understand.
If that's the idea, then you probably just don't do it in the first place, right?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, but it's a very weird thing. Like, maybe they're going there and they think they're gonna find somebody else or something, but
yeah, they're gonna find like a support or something, and then.
But even then, that guy's gonna have buy. So like, I think you just don't make that move without PA. Like, PA is all your damage at this point, and you need to get the damage in while you can, because this OD Astral save, he has 2 of them now. They're extremely debilitating because it wastes PA's BKB. And that's like a GG for her almost at this point. So they either need to find OD first, which is their best go, or kind of poke and make EG commit their BKBs and their jumps first. That's the name of the game for TSM.
Yeah, OD does not have BKB, I guess, so if they can like chain stun him, kill him.
Yes, OD just dies if they get the chain stun. He's the best target to jump. But he's Nightfall. He's the carry, you know.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You're not just gonna jump him for free.
You're gonna go Scythe on Bryle
Step lively now.
instead of any sort of damage.
I mean, I kind of understand it. They probably felt like after that last fight, they need another stun to chain stun off the Burrow Torrent. But it's like putting all your eggs on this PA basket, and their damage is kind of falling off a little bit, it feels like. It's not insane. There's a Shiva's on the Queen now. The Ogre picked up his shard, so he's blocking 3 hits, potentially off that. Tiny has a plate mail and is level 18, so 34 armor on this rock.
Yeah, PA with no Deso and like going the Scotty build, I can definitely see how your damage, your burst damage, is going to be pretty lackluster.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the Scotty. It's kind of interesting from the like poke dagger perspective, but I feel like it's just hard for TSM to commit in the fight. Unless they find this OD. If they find OD, it's like, okay. But even then, Artur might sunder him or some weird shit, you know?
Yeah.
Because Artur has Aegis, so he can actually sunder an OD if he gets caught or something. I don't think it's that bad.
That's why he's gonna go high ground right now. Poke at it with double Siege Wagon coming in. Bryle's gonna take a tower himself. Tier 2 top lane does fall.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Pop is just such an annoying hero, man.
Top tower is under
Like,
attack.
she's just so annoying. Even in these games where it doesn't even feel like she changed the game, she's like just an inevitability machine or something.
Oh,
like
he got
there.
the toss back before the BKB. It goes off now. Is it too late? Does manage to get out. Dubu. Oh, he's also out. Ooh, close calls. Jeez.
They insta-smoke. They know there's no boat, no BKB. So TSM's gonna have to dodge here.
He did a lot of damage to that tier 3 for that, though.
Yeah, but you know what's a tier 3?
Yeah, true.
It's just a building.
That's a good point, SVG. Say that pretty much about anything.
Like my analysis there.
Yeah, but
not
it's a BKB, really. It's just an item.
I mean, BKB is just a cut down tree. And a tree is just a tree, so
yeah.
It's a building or a tree, equally useless.
Tastes good.
Well, not in the hands of Tiny.
You just say tastes good?
That's right.
What the fuck?
What did anything I say taste good?
Trees, bro. This is Dota, man. What are you talking about?
Trees taste good?
Oh, Tango.
Dude, you're losing. Isn't Tangle like a berry bush or something?
Poking like a 5 position.
Well, you
used
eat a
Tango's
tree.
his carry.
Dude, Tangle's like it's like a magical berry. You're not eating a tree. You're consuming a tree to like produce the berries or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so, bro. You can literally plant the tree and eat it. And... No,
I mean,
you're
I'm,
definitely eating the tree, bro.
I mean, all I know is I'm already writing an email to Eric Johnson at Valve to figure this out. So
Uh-oh.
we'll get the answer tomorrow.
He's pulling the EJ card, Jack. You better watch out.
No comment on that one.
Artur testing the high ground, but not strong enough to commit. Also has that trickster cloak on top of the evasion talent, so suddenly I feel like PA has less pierce against him than he does against her.
Yeah, well.
The tides have turned. Where is Tomato's item growth? He got this Abyssal, but he's been stuck on this like ultimate or Basher to Abyssal thing for like feels like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, he has. Try to catch.
I'm getting caught.
You got an imprisonment. Moon Meander is dead. Dubu might get caught as well. No, he's out.
Seems like
call.
rough for TSM. They have a heart on Sand King. Like, what does that even do? All of EG's damage is super hard burst, like chunk-oriented damage in terms of OD, Terrorblade, the Quap Sonic Wave.
Why
The
didn't he
heart-
go Overwhelming Blink? Isn't that like a better option? Plus, it doesn't attack speed slow, so in a way, it makes you tankier
Dire's
too.
structures are fortified.
Maybe. I don't know.
Dire's
I
middle
mean, you could
tower
go like...
is under
I
attack.
mean, there's honestly not too many good options.
Radiant's
You could
bottom
go like
tower is
Halberd or
under
something.
attack.
Shiva's.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But Artur, full Satanic.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Just taking down the base.
Seems like they decided they can't fight until they have MKB and maybe level 25 on PA.
And she does buy out for the MKB. So this ulti orb really backfired because she never even built in anything. Kind of just delayed his other items.
Yeah.
But he does get the MKB now. And meta's down, so TSM's probably going to try and gain some footing here. EG's
Jump
going
on a
in.
Bryle, another toss back. BKB immediately goes out. Bryle does manage to hit a kind of good tsunami wave. Pulls RTZ in a little bit. They're going to commit for that one. They do have the epicenter combination. The
yes.
self-imprisonment! Oh, what? He imprisoned himself on Nightfall. What a disaster.
Was that a misclick or...
It was a misclick.
Oh no. Oh no. But why does it seem like every EG game there's some weird Nightfall play that's like determining the game momentum or something?
He just runs away in shame.
That's a rough one. I mean, if he gets that Astral, Artur will BKB out of it in Satanic. That's a very... I mean, the thing is he might still die because PA can Blink Abyssal him, right? That's the power of this Abyssal, but it would have been pretty close. I'm not sure.
Big chokes, bro. Big chokes.
Big choke.
Yeah, I mean, Jack's a fucking hater over here.
Are scanning.
Completely biased caster.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this Nightfall dude talks a lot of trash, but you know,
Does he?
comes time, I don't know.
Wait, what does he talk trash in pubs or?
I mean, he loves to congratulate himself in the game, but then, you know, his freaking spears thrown to Mexico sometimes, so...
How you couldn't even give him shit for that spear.
Yeah, that one wasn't even on him. Dude.
That
That's
was
like
the most bullshit spear I've ever seen
Yeah,
in my
why
life.
don't you tell Eric Johnson about that one too, bro?
Oh my god, this guy is just mauling. He's just mauling. You're just making yourself look bad at this point, Jack. I don't know what to tell you, man.
This guy's like high-fiving the tower by himself, and she's like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
We did
doesn't
see
every-
the all chat that happened there. The all chat XD, the smiley from Crit.
Yeah, you love to see it, though. You love to see some spice and some trash talk, you know?
Yeah, I
You
was
love
gonna
to
say,
see-
how are you even complaining about this? Isn't it like better for the entertainment of the game?
Yeah, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just
Oh,
adding
okay.
to it.
Oh, I see. All right. You're just fabricating drama.
Dire's courier
No, I'm
has
just
been
calling the choke like it was. Choke.
All right, all right. That was kind of choky, but what can you do? We've all been there. Artur is super far out.
Dire's bottom tower
He is.
under
They see him.
They have Hex
Burrow
chain.
first. Nightfall waiting on the
Both
side
got
here. It's
Hex.
actually going to try and go for the blow up onto Bryle. They do manage to get him while Arteezy got off his BKB and turns the damage right back around. Self-imprisonment of Nightfall saves his life, and now it's Tomato left in no man's land. They're going to try and counter-initiate to be able to stop this one. Abed trying to put a stop to Dubu. Back over to Tomato, though. Tomato couldn't get in the refresher shard, couldn't activate it for the fresh BKB, and now TSM heroes are going to be falling left and right. Disaster for TSM. That was an opportunity that turned into a potential loss now, as they've got 85 seconds left on the PA.
And Kunko's looking for the Hex on the OD to try and prevent the Astral save, but he got Hexed instead. Super heads-up play by Abed. I'm not sure they can even kill the Terrorblade unless he hexes him anyway, so it's kind of a double-edged sword, but it might just be a game here.
Quite the
Triple cookie
Lotus
stun.
Orb. It does a lot with a 4-man Burrow Strike stun. If they only had any damage behind this would be sick, but sadly, they just don't. As the imprisonments will let them get picked off one by one by one. Buybacks coming in, but Artur is resolute in his stance to end the game. Bowling through the tier 4s. Dubu's gonna die. GG called by Moon Meander. Game 3 goes to EG. Seems to be going a back and forth series between the two. Start off EG win, TSM comes back, now EG's ahead again.
I mean, I think you have to think of this Terrorblade second phase. I think them getting that trade, especially versus the PA, it's like too good for Artur. I don't know if there's another hero that puts him in as good a position this game. But Nightfall, he had a rough game, but his OD seemed pretty annoying down the stretch. I mean, outside of the one Astral save he messed up, like,